Oh, it's Sunday. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We're setting a new record with all 7 days GMM'd up. We've done an episode every day this week because there's just been so much to talk about, and here we are again with Nintendo's own delay of madness. We also have a new survey that you better take today because that's when it's ending. Mario Strikers fans fight back, and a big leak about Crash, Spyro, and more. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Good to see you every day of the week. I see you in your Sunday best. Looking so fly and fine. Make sure to hit the like button if you find these videos fly or fine, and let me know what you think about today's topics in the comments down below. We're kicking it off with the survey. All right, Atlus is running a weekend survey to try and find out if you want more of their games on different platforms. And one of those options is obviously Nintendo Switch. So if you're somebody who wants more SMT or more Persona on Nintendo Switch, you better go vote. They're actually a pretty cool company in that it seems like they do take these surveys pretty seriously. Although I wish they would run this for longer. It's only a 3-day period, 49 questions, so goodness gracious, that's a bit daunting. But hey, if you do want to see Persona 4 or 5 on the Switch, this is probably your best bet. I'll put a link in the description for you to complete the survey. More games on Switch, always a good thing. What's not a good thing is this yellow in the mug. Okay, it's gonna make sense because the yellow in the mug is representative of a character who isn't getting enough love. The Mario Strikers fan base is going crazy. Well, more specifically, it's the Daisy fan base, because now that Battle League is really building up its marketing, we've seen new trailers, gameplay, and more, it's clear that Daisy ain't a part of the initial roster. And so the Daisy fan base is freaking. Apparently there is a We Are Daisy fan wiki, as well as other representatives of the Daisy community that are pissed off. Not only do they feel that Daisy is a worthwhile character, but they feel like Mario Strikers is the place where Daisy most exemplifies her beautiful personality. And so they're really sad that Nintendo has decided to snip her out. And apparently it's the Rosalina inclusion that is the most upsetting and offensive. A big Daisy fan says fans take it to heart when she's not included in something, especially in favor of Rosalina, a more recently created character. And so Rosalina is getting the push in where Daisy is getting the push out. But Daisy fans, despite all your WTF reactions and bummers and being mad at Nintendo, I still think Daisy will be in this game. I think Nintendo will do what they've done with Mario Tennis Aces and Mario Golf Super Rush, where they say, yo, we got a bunch of characters that we're going to release over the coming months to keep the game relevant and keep the online player base engaged. I bet Daisy will be added as a captain quite soon. And especially because in this game, you can place 4 captains on the field instead of just the minions where you're like, oh, I've got a bunch of, I don't know, Koopa Troopas. Now you can have 4 main characters, so it makes these main characters even more important. And yes, Rosalina has been gaining a lot of popularity lately. She's featured in the upcoming Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope. She's a playable character in Mario 3D World, and now she gets front and center treatment in Mario Strikers Battle League. I do believe Daisy is delightful enough to be included here. Although it's funny to me to see Daisy have such a huge fan base, because I don't know, does Daisy do it for you? Daisy isn't like one of my favorite characters. I don't know if I'm off base there, but definitely holler at me if I am. And yes, Mario Strikers Battle League is now less than a month away. I can't wait to see what they unveil for their DLC plans, and hopefully the game is stupendous. All right, delays are dropping on everybody, and Nintendo is not immune. Whereas Bethesda and Microsoft recently delayed Starfield and Redfall till 2023, and tons of other games have seen the same fate, including Nintendo's own sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nintendo is now back at it with a delay of madness in only a way that Nintendo is capable. You see, whereas everyone else has been delaying their biggest releases, their major games, and yes, Nintendo did that too with BOTW2, now Nintendo is doing something I don't think I've ever seen with a delay. They are delaying half of a thing. They are delaying some of a game. They are delaying part of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition. They now note on the My Nintendo site, at least over in the UK, that if you reserve the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Collector's Edition, you will get the game on July 29th, release date. You won't get the stuff until fall of this year. Very strange. The physical goodies, the items, the art book and such that come with the collector's edition will not be coming with the game. Now this is good in a way because at least you're still getting the game. There's no delay on Xenoblade. In fact, there was an undelay on Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They brought it up from September to July, and so we'll get to play that game in like 2 months, which is really great. They've been releasing new footage and it does look pretty spectacular. But the collector's edition stuff, Now this is sad because Nintendo doesn't typically do collector's editions, so when they do, I get excited about them. And I bet a lot of you were pumped as well. Unfortunately, it's going to be moved around. Now they haven't made notes for every region in the world, but I would imagine this is going to be a similar situation where you get the game, and then months later, you get your collector's edition stuff, which is kind of odd because even if the game was initially supposed to ship in September, you think they still could have had this stuff ready. They're acting like it's going to be later fall, as in like October or November, so I'm not really sure what's on here. I will say, thank goodness it's not another game. Thank goodness it's not Xenoblade Chronicles 3 itself getting delayed. Thank goodness it's not Splatoon 3 getting delayed. Thank goodness it's not Pokemon Scarlet and Violet getting pushed, even though we don't have a date for that yet. I still bet it's November. But I thought this was just, everything is getting delayed in video games, even your freaking art book and the collector's part of collector's editions. Let me know in the comments down below if you plan to get this, and if this seems so strange that you're gonna get 2 shipments, the game, and then the stuff. How about more new stuff? Okay, a big leak bopped over at Reddit and 4chan. This is about Toys for Bob. Okay, Toys for Bob is actually a really good company, and now they're owned by Microsoft because they were part of Activision and now Microsoft has purchased them. But Xbox and Microsoft have made it quite clear that they want to keep Activision games rolling on other platforms. In fact, they want to push those games even more, as mentioned by, hey, we want to put Call of Duty on Switch. So this is very relevant to us as Switch owners. The leak is talking about all their projects, one of which is Crash Bandicoot 5, and let me know in the comments down below which of these games you'd be most excited for and which one you'd want most on Switch. They say Crash Bandicoot 5 retains the main concepts that Crash 4 It's About Time had, although they are looking at different characters and different settings, of course. And there's also talk of a multiplayer co-op portion to the story mode, which would be interesting. I don't think Crash single player has had true co-op before. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know obviously there's multiplayer games, but nothing of that sort, so that could be interesting. And it'd be great to have Crash back. I think Crash 4 was a really great return to form, and I really just like the franchise, especially on Switch. Now in terms of Spyro, apparently Spyro 4 is going to come in and do what Crash 4 did, bringing back the little fiery dragon. The game is apparently codenamed Luna, and it was canceled during development and remade again because the idea just wasn't up to snuff. According to the leaker, they say this has to do with the Microsoft acquisition, which seems a bit odd, but I guess maybe Microsoft was overviewing their portfolio, although they're not technically fully acquired yet, so that does give me some pause. Apparently, they also say that the Wumpa League rumor we've heard many times before, which was like a Crash Bandicoot multiplayer thing, is not happening. But what is happening is a Gears of War parody featuring a rabbit smoking a cigar. This sounds like Conker's Bad Fur Day from a different multiverse dimension, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. Apparently it's a new IP codenamed Plant, and again, it's a Gears of War parody featuring a rabbit smoking a cigar. So you've got Crash 5 with potential co-op, Spyro 4 that seems to be in definitely a delicate spot, and then Cigar Rabbit. Interesting for Toys for Bob if this ends up being true. Obviously it is a leak, a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt, but I know these games have had strong success and played super well on Switch, so I wanted to bring it to your attention because I feel like Microsoft will absolutely make sure that Crash and Spyro and maybe even Cigar Rabbit come to Switch whenever these games are ready. Let me know in the comments down below which of these you'd want to play most. For me, I'd love to see what they do with a Spyro 4 in today's modern era. But I think I just like Crash. I think I just want Crash to continue, and I'm glad that that franchise and that character has had a resurgence as of late, and I just think it's a perfect fit for handheld play on the Switch. The OLED screen, that Wumpa fruit looking good enough to eat. We don't have a poll because I didn't expect to make this show, so I'll end with a fun tidbit from Reggie Fils-Amin. All right, he was discussing F-Zero, a franchise that Nintendo fans would love to see return. It's been ages, and we don't got no F-Zero. The closest we have is Captain Falcon in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but Reggie says, my bet is that somewhere in the Kyoto development centers, some developer is playing with an idea that might be applied to F-Zero. He thinks that Nintendo has not abandoned the IP, and that they will be back to it soon. Obviously, that's just Reggie's musings, but I found it fun, and it's exciting to think that, hey, Mario Kart 9, who knows when, but maybe we could get another racer from Nintendo in the form of fast, crazy, colorful action. There was F-Zero GX on GameCube. and then the engines just shut off. So what do you think about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being split up like that? What do you think about Crash 5, Spyro 4? How do you feel about Daisy getting pooped on by Mario Strikers Battle League? Does it rub you the wrong way, and would you love to see F-Zero come back? Also, don't forget that Atlus survey, link in the description. And until next time, which will now be tomorrow since Good Morning Mario is every darn day this week. Love you guys a lot. Hope you're all staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy, staying positive out there. And until next time, my friends, thanks again. SwitchForce out.